Okay, Rob Freeman, there's Dave Palachek, our chief investigator from MUFON. Rob Freeman with the amazing
WMD.
Thank you. Explain to us real quick. This is amazing.
It's the
equipment.
weapon of mass detection. And just to explain what everything is here, this is thermal, so it's far infrared. And it uses a special quartz lens because thermal doesn't go through glass, heat doesn't go through glass. And that's on here. And right now I've got white hot, and let's see, that zooms in. There's black hot right there, and zoom back out. This is also thermal, but it's more wide angle. So this is more for spotting. And then when you spot something, you can zoom in with this one. Okay, now these two Sony cameras here, this one's video with quite a long lens on it. So it'll be, the video will be running the whole time, and it's infrared. So not as far as this one. This is the thermal, but this is near infrared. And then this one here is visible with 4K, and for stills it's like 42 megapixels. This here is going to have an iPhone on here that flashes a Morse code. So if something happens to flash back at us, we'll catch it on the videos here. What this here is this is the most expensive part. Okay, it's like $3 from Home Depot. Okay, and when somebody says there's a light up in the sky, I basically look above through this area, move the equipment in the general area, then I look through this bigger hole here. There's no lens, just a hole, and I can get it in there, and then I move down to this long tube, and once it's in the middle there, it's going to be on all the cameras. Believe me, when somebody says there's a light in the sky and you got zoom cameras, you're never going to get it unless you have something like this. This evolved, right? From frustration. Frustration.
Yes,
totally,
Rob.
totally. You know, the most amazing things, and I wasn't able to get them because I couldn't find them. I find them every time with this now. Moving over here, well, up here we've got a theodolite, so that just gives the angle up, and you know, your degrees around. This here is a simple monocular, a very high-powered glass monocular, and that's for, you know, you can actually see the craft in, you know, not through electronics, but actually see it through the glass lenses. Now these two are not turned on right now, but this is night vision. You're familiar with the green night vision, and this is 10 times zoom. And once it gets darker, I can turn it on. The iPhone lens picks it up, and it's fed through HDMI to this screen here. Okay, and this one here is just a night vision with no zoom. It's just your standard night vision 1-to-1, and so it goes to this screen, and it's your spotting scope. So if it'll pick up something flashing in the sky when you can't even see it flashing. Okay, and so this will actually be projected onto the screen here. So on the two sides we have your general spotting with thermal and night vision, and then moving to here you've got your zoom, thermal, and night vision. And then once again you've got your cameras for recording. This thermal will also record. These two iPhones will also record. We'll have the video on the whole thing, the whole time, getting the sightings on all the cameras, really. Now that's not the end of it. There's two more cameras over here.
Mini-me.
This is Mini-me. This is WMD 2. So as many people may or may not know, sometimes in the group when you do these CE5s, with cameras you'll pick up certain flashes and certain lights that appear. You can't see them with the human eye, but things will show up in the camera, as Dave knows. And so this camera here is full spectrum video. It's had its filters taken out, so it's very sensitive to light, and it's full spectrum. We'll be videoing the group plus up into the sky, a certain amount. It's a 24 millimeter lens, very bright, 1.4, f1.4. This one here is visible time lapse. So every 10, it's doing a exposure for 10 seconds, then another 10 seconds, and then when it's done, you just stop it, and it puts it into an MP4. And you can play it, you can slow it down, you can see things that might be appearing around the group. And basically that's it. Just a few things.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob.
No problem.